Welcome to Code with Dazeo, where we code, create, and innovate together. Today, we're going to talk about something foundational, Java, what it is, how it works, and why it's still one of the most popular programming languages in the world. So if you're just starting out or curious about where to begin your coding journey, this episode is for you. Let's start with the basics. So what is Java? Java is a high-level object-oriented programming language. It was developed by Sun Microsystems way back in 1995. What makes Java so powerful and long-lasting is that it's platform-independent, which means you can write your code once and it will run anywhere, thanks to something called the Java Virtual Machine, or JVM. Java is used in a ton of places. You'll find it in desktop applications, large enterprise systems, web applications, and Android mobile apps. Now, let's talk about the key features that make Java so widely used. First, platform independence. This is where Java's slogan comes in. Write once, run anywhere. Once your code is compiled, it can run on any system that has the JVM installed without changing the code. Second, Java is simple. Its syntax is clean and easy to read, and it removes complicated features like pointers and multiple inheritance, which can be overwhelming for beginners. Third, Java is object-oriented. This means that everything in Java is built around objects and classes. It helps make your code modular, organized, and reusable. Java is also secure. It doesn't allow dangerous operations like pointer manipulation, and it comes with built-in security features to protect your program from common vulnerabilities. Another big plus is multithreading. Java allows you to run multiple tasks at the same time, which is super useful for performance-heavy apps or anything that needs to do several things at once. And finally, Java has a just-in-time compiler, or JIT for short. This compiler improves the performance of your application by converting bytecode into native machine code at runtime, making it faster and more efficient. Now, let's look at the classic first step for any programming language, the Hello World program. Here's how it looks in Java. We have here public class Hello World, public static void main string args system, out print line Hello World. Let me break that down for you. The line public class Hello World defines a class in Java. And in Java, every program must be written inside a class. Next, public static void main, followed by parentheses, is the main method. This is where your program starts running. The Java virtual machine looks for this method to begin execution. And finally, system.out.println, followed by parentheses and quotation marks, is how we print text to the console. In this case, we're displaying Hello World. Now, how does the Java program actually run? Here we have the Java execution flow. First, you write your code in a file named helloworld.java. Then you compile it using the Java compiler. The command is javac helloworld.java. This creates a .class file, which contains something called bytecode. Then, the Java virtual machine reads that bytecode and executes it. The JVM translates it into machine code or binary. That's the ones and zeros that your computer understands. And just like that, your program runs. Now let's talk about comments in Java. Comments are lines you write in your code to describe what the code is doing, and they are not executed. They're there just for you or other developers reading the code. There are two types of comments in Java. First, we have single-line comments, which start with 2 forward slashes. You would say, // followed by your comment. Like this, // this is a single-line comment. Second, we have multi-line comments. These start with a forward slash and an asterisk, and end with an asterisk and a forward slash. You would say, /* at the beginning and */ at the end. This is useful when you want to comment out several lines at once. Comments are super helpful for explaining your logic, leaving notes, or disabling parts of code temporarily during testing. Next up, let's talk about curly braces and indentation. In Java, we use curly braces, that's the open and close curly bracket symbols, to define blocks of code. You'll see these around classes, methods, or any conditional blocks. Grouping code like this makes it easier to read and keeps your program organized. We also follow proper indentation, which just means spacing your code neatly so that it's easy to follow, especially when working with nested blocks. Now let's cover something simple but very important, Naming conventions in Java. These are standard rules for how to name your classes, variables, methods, and constants, and they really help with readability and professionalism. Here's the breakdown. Class names start with a capital letter. For example, Hello World, Student Info, or Login System. Method and variable names use camel case, which means they start with a lowercase letter, and every new word begins with a capital, like print message, calculate sum, or user age. Constants are written in all capital letters, with words separated by underscores, like max underscore size, pi underscore value, or default underscore limit. If you stick to these conventions, your code will not only look cleaner, but it'll also be easier to understand, especially when you're working on big projects or collaborating with others. Here are some of the most popular applications in the world built using Java. Apps like Netflix and Amazon rely on Java for their back-end systems. LinkedIn uses Java to handle massive traffic. Even games like Minecraft are written in Java. Spotify, Uber, and even NASA's Whirlwind visualization tool, all powered by Java. That just shows how powerful and trusted Java is, even at the highest level. Now, before we wrap up, let's talk briefly about what you can actually build with Java. Java is used everywhere, from Android app development to web frameworks like Spring Boot, from desktop applications built with JavaFX or Swing, to enterprise software in banking and finance. It's used in scientific tools, big data technologies like Hadoop, IoT devices, and even cloud-based apps running on AWS and Google Cloud. Bottom line, learning Java gives you the flexibility to build all kinds of things. Alright, that wraps up our introduction to Java. In the next episode, we're going to discuss Java variables and data types, where we'll learn how to store information in our programs and manipulate it. If you found this helpful, hit that like button, subscribe for more, and drop any questions or comments down below. This is Code with Deseo. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.